so early in the season. You don't want to stress too much on sample sizes, but third period has been tough on this team thus far this year. What do you think the key is to improving that?
It's consistency. There's no doubt that we have a young team. Pace of play will be higher for a lot of our guys than what they're used to, but it probably is, again, you can throw them right into it, but when you're only getting that every 5 days, it takes a little bit of long term to kind of really sink into that adjustment, I think. So that's probably a little bit of it, not to blame it on the youth because that's what we have. We have to find ways around that, but I think it's probably a factor in there.
Really interesting to hear you talk about that from a preparation point of view. We knew it was going to be different this year, basically only weekends. Was that something you anticipated before the year? This coaching was going to be different? Is it more different than you expected?
It's pretty similar to an AUS schedule, really, from playing there. So we had ideas and we wanted to get into a routine of working on certain things on certain days or certain types of practices for certain days, but at the end of the day, you're always looking at your last game and what has improved or hasn't improved and what you need to change. And so as much as you want to get in that routine, like I said before, it's probably going to take a little bit of time before we do get that down.
One certain great moment last night was Connor Trenholm. It's the first goal of the game, and we talked about it on the radio. It was an emotional moment for him. How special was that even for you watching on the bench?
Yeah, I couldn't talk to him. I was too emotional. Starting to do it right now. What a kid. So for him to have that and the support that that he had from his family, from the guys here as well, I was super proud of him. Not an easy thing to do. Trenny's an outstanding kid. We're happy that he had that moment.
Really great moment for sure. I wanted to ask about Jeremy Langlois too, because we're seeing 7Ds. We see a lot of different defense pairing. We've seen him play top pair minutes at times. How do you think he's adjusted to second year thus far?
It's easy to look at Langer and compare him to a veteran guy, and he's still only 17 and turned 17 not that long ago. As good as Langer is, and as much as the potential is there for him, we have to be patient with him. And in some situations, he's going to get those minutes, and that's part of the learning process. It's just different from last year, from being the sixth guy behind five, very established 19-year-old defenseman, and that was probably great for him in terms of learning and seeing how these guys handle themselves on the ice and off the ice and all that. And now again, he's adjusting to playing those minutes that he was watching those guys take last year. He's capable, and we have full belief in him. It's just remembering his age. It's not just going to click overnight. It doesn't happen that way. Very few do get that kind of assimilation or whatever you want to call it. So we're looking forward to seeing his progress here through the year.
Lastly, looking to today's game, obviously you know what Bathurst's capable of. I guess, what did you learn about them last night? Off to a very strong start this season.
Yeah, talking about some of our attributes, you could see in them that their battle level was high. They were going to compete. We figured that out the hard way. Didn't bother them at all that they were down 3 goals, and they just kept coming. They did a good job of settling in, I guess, and kind of taking the play to us after a while. So they're a fairly deep team. They're pretty far removed from what they were last year at the beginning of the year. And their younger guys are getting those reps that we talked about with Langer last year, right? And that helps them progress. But deep team, a little weird seeing Cork out there on the ice wearing a different jersey.
Sure.
But we wish nothing but the best for that guy. We want to come out on the right side of it.